gentlemen, and welcome to the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review. I'm here with Coach Chris Smith, and Coach, was a difficult 2 days of football for you. You start a game on Friday night, then you got to complete it on Saturday. How tough is that for a team to go through?
It's tough for both teams. So both teams had to go through it. We didn't want to do it that way. They didn't want to do it that way. But that's how it worked out, with the weather. Can't control that.
Looked like the Titans got up finally after you tussle and 0-0 in the first quarter. They broke for a score. They started to get their running game going. What adjustments did you have to make, or what do you think you should have made?
Well, there was no adjustments. The key is that they beat us up physically on the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. They're a veteran group, that Stevenson team. They got a lot of guys from last year, so that team knows how to win. They won a lot of games last year. Defensively for us, we got 9 new guys. We had a couple guys go down too, so they just really physically beat us. They competed. They wanted to win the game more than we did, and they came out and did it.
Looked like offense too was kind of struggling a bit. It looks like they kind of pinned you and pushed you a little bit offensively. You couldn't get past the first 5 yards.
Right. Well, that goes back. Offensively they pounded our defense, and they had field position that whole first quarter into the second. It's really hard to get going offensively for us when you're pushed back, and they did a great job defensively. Against us again. I thought up front they were tremendous, and we weren't.
We talked a little bit about this before the preseason, and you talked to the team about it, about turnovers, and you got some today. The old turnover bugaboo kind of got you guys again today.
That's 2 weeks in a row. It was a problem last year, but it comes down to toughness. You got to be able to wrap that ball. We work on it, but the kids have got to be able to tuck that ball when they're about to get hit and hold on to it. There's only so much you can do in practice to work on it. The kids gotta want to hold on to that ball. And second is this: that team hit. That team was physical. They put the helmet right on the ball, and they were going for fumbles, and they got them. That's a good football team out there.
Well, Coach, next week you have Lance Cruz North, and you got to play them, and they beat you last year. Came back and beat you actually, and you're gonna have to make some adjustments for next week. What are they gonna be?
I don't know if we have to make too many adjustments. We have to replace a couple guys that went down today, so that'll be our biggest adjustment. We can't change what we've been doing. We're not going to make too many adjustments. Our offense is what we've been working on for a long time. That's what our kids know. We got to go back and watch the film and see, what we really have to work on as far as individually in each position.
With one of Eisenhower's offensive stars today, Paul Kessler, it wasn't a lot of offense, but Paul did a great job. It seemed like you were developing a little rapport with your quarterback, Max Whitworth. But all those catches were a little tight out there.
Yeah, he's a young quarterback, and we had a lot of mental mistakes. But we definitely moved the football around. We stuck to our offensive plan, and we did, we tried to do what we were supposed to do, and all we had to do was execute.
Looked like you were working on number 25 Hanover there at that cornerback spot. You made a couple moves and you caught some nice balls that, it looked like from us like he was going to break them up, but you came through and made the catches.
Well, we work on it every day at practice. Catching through traffic, we do drill after drill after drill, and it just becomes basic, like routine for us.
Was it open deep over the middle? Or?
Over the middle, no, because they had 3 safeties, and they all bailed as soon as the ball was snapped. But a couple times we had them beat deep, and we just had to execute, like I said.
Talk a little bit about the mood of the team after the game.
We have a go-forward attitude. We're just looking forward to the next game. Trying to get the win for the next game. We're leaving this game behind. Of course, it hurts, but we're just letting it hurt for just as right now, actually. And we're just moving on, and we're looking for Lance Cruz next week.
Willie Hunter, another one of Eisenhower's offensive stars. I had a big return and a kicks, and I noticed that you saw that opening there and picked it up another gear.
Yeah, today, just seeing that hole, my teammates were blocking today. Had to take the hole, take it to the house. Needed it real bad, but I tried. So that's really it.
You also had a nice catch, too, and it looked for a moment, looked like you might have been able to break that.
Yeah, it looked like it at first, but I guess they got a good secondary team out there, so they came in, got me on the hit, so just have to work harder next time.
What do you think the struggles were the offensive side of the football for Eisenhower today? What was contributing to that?
I think the struggles, some people just we weren't really getting our blocks in today on the line mostly. But other than that, we just got to pick it up next week.
We noticed that you also got in there on the defensive end side of the football. You like playing defense?
Oh yeah, well, Coach Smith just put me in there this week actually. It was really fun. Got a sack today, so pretty happy for that.
Well, I know maybe a few people you might want to say hello to out there, so go ahead.
Give a shout out to my mom, my boy Kadari.
Eisenhower's interior lineman, Jacob Carberry. Jacob, a little tough out there going. They had some big boys there at Stevenson. What were you thinking out there when you saw them line up against you?
Just keep pushing them.
Did you guys seem to have a little bit of problems blocking them today? What do you think that was attributed to?
I don't know yet. We'll see on the film.
What about your running backs out there? It looked like you guys were going to start moving the football, and then you had some turnovers. What did the team feel like when you turned the ball over?
Well, we got down, but then we got right back up. We just got to hang on to the ball more.
What would you, if you had something to take over again, if you do over again in this game, what would it be?
This whole game. I want to replay and beat them.
You think you can do it?
Yeah.
All right. You want to say hello to anybody out there?
No.
Got nobody to say hello to? No. Adrian Volksani was out there at defense toiling away there. They had a pretty good stable of running backs there on the Stevenson side. How hard were they to bring down?
They were slippery. They were just hard. They were moving everywhere. It was hard to keep,
How about when you did hit them? Were they pretty strong backs?
No, not really. It's just when you hit them, They'll go down. It's just we couldn't hit them right.
What happened on a couple of those Stevenson runs where they broke away for touchdowns?
We didn't break down on our tackles. We have to break down and tackle,
What kind of adjustments do you think the Eagles will make for next week?
Honestly, we don't need any adjustments. We just got to work harder. That's all we got to do.
Talk to me a little bit about how hard it is to start a game on Friday night and complete the game on Saturday.
Mentally, you're on the Thursday, and then it gets all screwed up, and then you start again. But it shouldn't be difficult, but for us, it looked like it was difficult, and we weren't concentrated.
Well, I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so I'll let you do that.
Hey, Mom. That's good. Thanks.
The Eisenhower Eagles and the Stevenson Titans would meet in Game 2 of the 2015 season for the 44th time in their history. Both teams are 1-0 on the year, and both teams look like they have a lot of promise. Stevenson had the ball first, and this Frank DiCenzo pass is almost picked off by Ike's number 20, Austin Mitchell. On second down, the Eagles stopped the Titan back, making it third down. On third down, DiCenzo almost gets caught by the Eagles, but hits number 84, John Park, over the middle, and he's neatly tackled by number 20, Austin Mitchell. Eisenhower would eventually stop Stevenson and get the ball back, but it was deep in their own territory. This run by Kadari Johnson is stopped short of the first down, and the Eagles are forced to punt. Then the thunderstorms rolled in, and the game was halted and postponed until the next day. When play resumed the next day, Stevenson would possess the football. The Titans would fumble in the red zone, and Eisenhower would recover 1st and 10 Eagles. On third down, Max Whitwer would hit number 11, Tyler Jacobs, who turns it into a first down. Stevenson was threatening again, but number 80, Willie Hunter, makes a big sack here, forcing the Titans to punt. Max Whitwer and his receiver get their signals crossed, and this pass is picked off by the Titans' number 25, Gino Hanna. But the Titans give the football right back. The ball is stripped by number 75, Adrian Volksani. It would then be recovered by Jack Provencher, and the Eagles dodge a bullet.
To begin the second quarter, this pitch is muffed between Max Whitwer and Kadari Johnson. The fumble is recovered by Stevenson. That turnover would lead to this 45-yard touchdown run by the Titans' number 3, Angelo Asic. The extra point was blocked by Ike's number 43, Danny Schmick, and the score was Stevenson 6, Eisenhower nothing. Max Whitwer hits number 11, Tyler Jacobs. This would be good for 10 yards and an Eisenhower first down. On 3rd and 4 from the 50, number 22, Cody Goff sacks DeCenzo for a big loss, forcing a Titan punt. Stevenson once again deep in Eisenhower territory, goes for it on 4th down, and this Frank DeCenzo pass goes through the hands of Andrew Sukowski, and Austin Mitchell knocks the football into the Titans' John Parks' hands for a Stevenson touchdown. The Titans go for 2, but this DeCenzo pass is incomplete, and now the score was Stevenson 12, Eisenhower nothing. Max Whitwer hits number 1, Paul Kessler, who fights his way close to a first down. That would end the first half with the score Stevenson 12, Eisenhower nothing. Quarterback Max Whitwer keeps the football and goes 12 yards for an Eagle first down. Whitwer would then hit number 80, Willie Hunter, who makes a nice cut, turns it into the middle, good for a 23-yard gain. Then Kadari Johnson gets 6 yards on this play. On 3rd down, number 39, Joe Metz gets the first down but fumbles the football, and Stevenson recovers, stopping the Eagle drive. That turnover would lead to the 69-yard touchdown run by Stevenson's number 3, Angelo Asic, his second of the day. The extra point was good, and now the score was Stevenson 19, Eisenhower nothing. On the ensuing kickoff, Eisenhower's Willie Hunter would take it 52 yards to the Titan 42, giving the Eagles great field position. Number 27, Andrew Sukowski would take this pitch, good for 8 yards. The Eagles go for it on 4th and 2, and Andrew Sukowski is stopped just short of the first down, and the ball turns over on downs to the Titans. Stevenson would drive all the way down the field, and number 20, Jared Cutlip, would cut back and take it in for the Titan touchdown. The extra point was good, and Stevenson now led 25-0. On their next drive, Kadari Johnson drops the football, and Stevenson recovers another Eagle turnover. On 4th down, the Titans go for it, and this pass is smartly dropped by number 4, Brendan Rabicki. The third quarter would end with the score Stevenson 25, Eisenhower nothing. In the fourth quarter, Eisenhower forces Stevenson to punt, and Willie Hunter gets a good return here. Whitwer would hook up again with number 1, Paul Kessler, on this nice play. Again, Whitwer to Kessler, good for a first down to the Stevenson 37. Kadari Johnson would take this screen pass, make a nice cut, and go 37 yards for the Eisenhower touchdown. The extra point was good, and that made the score Stevenson 25, Eisenhower 7. The Eagles would try an onside kick, but Stevenson's Frank DeCenzo recovers the football, and it's 1st and 10 Titans. Number 46, Lou Carabelli, and the rest of the Eisenhower Eagles stopped Stevenson here, but time would run out on Eisenhower, and they would drop this one to Stevenson by a score of 25-7. Stay tuned for more of the Eisenhower Eagle football review after this.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Over the years, Coach Bob Lancey of Eisenhower and Rick By of Stevenson had some classic battles. The 2004 game was no exception. Eisenhower's J.J. Zimmerman sparks the Eagle offense early as he bursts up the middle for a good gain. The Eagles are forced to punt, and Brett Meldrum punts a knuckleball, which can't be handled by the Titans' Steve Remus. The ball is recovered by Bradley Blahnik of Eisenhower. Derek Chris would get good blocking and go around the right side for 22 yards, which would set up his touchdown run. The extra point was good, and it was 7-6 Eagles. Number 75, Vladar Malai, leads the way, stuffing the Stevenson running back. With poor field position, Doug Scott would find Andrew Pendy for this big gainer, getting the Eagles out of the hole. Number 45, Danny Metcalf, steps in front of this pass and makes the interception to stop a Stevenson drive. Ike's defense stops another Stevenson drive with this interception in the end zone by Nick Zott to end the first half. Pinned deep in their own end once again, the Eagles would again find a way to get out of the hole as Doug Scott would find Derek Chris deep over the middle, and this play would go for 99 yards, an Eagle record. With the score tied at 14 late in the fourth quarter, the Eagles put together a drive that would put them in field goal range. Brett Meldrum would come on to boot this 48-yard field goal, putting the Eisenhower Eagles in the lead 17-14. With a minute and 20 left to play, number 8, Scott Rivard, picks this pass off, and the Eisenhower Eagles defeat the Stevenson Titans in this classic 2004 matchup, 17-14.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Eisenhower Eagles played 2 days in a row. First on Friday night, and it was postponed because of the rain. Unfortunate for Eisenhower. Looked like they had a little bit more pep and a little more gas in the tank on Friday night. Today they showed up and
After a little bit of tussling with the Stevenson Titans, the Titans ran away with one here. The 44th meeting of Eisenhower and Stevenson, and the Titans win it, tying up the series between the two schools 22-22. Next week, the Eagles go to L'Anse Creuse North, and hopefully we'll get on that winning track. For Coach Chris Smith, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here on the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review.